Matthew Torres, San Benito. Number 56, Nazario Garza, Gruya. Number 52, Bobby Melendez, Harlingen. Number 56, Edgar Rios, Roma. Number 52, Angel Soria, Raymondville. Number 58, Cesar Villegas, Donna. Number 55, Sammy Alanis, Ed Couch, Elsa. Number 61, Arturo Salazar, Donna. Number 55, Ryan Puente, La Feria. Number 62, Jonathan Grimaldo, Donna. Number 60, John Banda, Westlaco East. Number 68, Orlando Guzman, Robert Vela. Number 60, Travis Barnes, Harlingen. Number 68, Mark Perales, La Joya. Number 60, Vincent Olivares, Santa Rosa. Number 70, Jordan De Leon, Mission Veterans. Number 62, Roy Cantu, Westlaco. Number 71, Frank Mesa, McAllen Memorial. Number 70, Abraham Karam, St. Joseph. Number 72, Troy Billman, Donna. Number 71, Benjamin Cuellar, Pace. Number 73, Brandon Molina, Sharyland. Number 72, Kevin Garcia, Porter. Number 78, Christian Navejar, Mission. Number 73, Joseph Partida, San Benito. Number 80, Damian Quintanilla, Palmview. Number 76, Joshua Zavala, Westlaco. Number 81, David Garcia, Robert Vela. Number 74, Michael Noyola, Harlingen. Number 90, Sean Colunga, Sharyland Pioneer. Number 76, Xavier Perez Jr., Pace. Number 90, Matthew Garza, PSJ North. Number 76, Joshua Zavala, Weslaco. Number 90, Alberto Ruiz, Sherland. Number 78, Jared Cantu, Rgvca. Number 94, Edgar Rodriguez, Valley View. Number 78, John Wayne Mendez, Lyford. Number 82, Pete Perez, Los Fresnos. Number 82, Jose Treviño, Monte Alto. Number 90, Julio Contreras, Rgvca. And number 93, Alfonso Cerda III, Weslaco. These are your 2016 East and West All-Stars. The East team is being coached by the La Feria head coaching staff, coached by Oscar Salinas and his staff. For the West, the coaching staff from Roma High School, headed by Max Haybecker. Ladies and gentlemen, will you kindly stand and remove all headgear for the playing of our national anthem? first half of this game will be officiated by Mr. David Corma, the head man, and his crew.
Welcome to Bobby Lackey Stadium and the East-West Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association All-Star Football Game, coming to you by way of K-West along with 956 Sports. This is Coach John Boswell alongside reporter Mike Gonzalez. And Mike, once again, all-star football time.
This is the 20th annual, Coach, Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association All-Star Game. I don't know how many years it's been here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. I know we've been here for what I would say, 5 or 6 at least, 5, 6, 7 years. And every year, Coach, that we've hosted it, the turnout has been nice and healthy. And then looking at the stands, I see that's a pretty healthy crowd here.
Well, it's the perfect place for it, Mike, because we're in the Mid-Valley, so no one has to travel too far. If this was in Brownsville, the people from Roma would have to travel a long ways. If this was in McAllen, people from Brownsville have a long travel. Here in Weslaco, it's a short travel. Now, all of the players are seniors. Therefore, all of them are captains. Looks like number 3 for the East team. I'm not sure which number 3 will be represented. The East team on the toss. You get a name there, Mike? Oh, that's the quarterback.
Galpin.
From La Feria. That's Galpin, number 3, Isaac Galpin. And it looks like number 8 for the West squad. And that looks like the safety from Roma, Alexis Escoto. And it looks like the East team won the toss and deferred, Mike.
Okay, just to give our audience what's going on here. East is the home team. The West squad is the road team.
East All-Stars has deferred to the second half. The West All-Stars will receive. Gentlemen.
Okay. And yeah, once again, the East squad, again, is the dark uniforms. The West squad is the light uniforms, the white uniforms with the red numbers. The East squad is coached by Roma. Is that correct, Coach?
The West squad is coached by the Roma staff. Coach Max Habecker is the head coach. And the East squad is coached by La Feria coach Oscar Salinas and his staff. Now, the Weslaco players are on the dark side or on the East squad, and they're home team tonight. So here's how it works. If you live Weslaco to Brownsville, including Raymondville, you're on the east side. If you live Donna to Roma, you're on the West team. Now, 2 of the best players in the Rio Grande Valley, Trevor Spates and Josh McGowan, are not playing in this game. Both of those guys are going. Josh McGowan coming off a 5-event performance in the state track meet a week ago.
Right.
And Trevor Spates heading off to compete in the Pac-12. He's a member of the Stanford Cardinal.
Right. That's an honor, Coach, right there. I know we'll have a few of the players that are not present here because of situations like that. I know tonight there's a few baseball players that will play
Vela's
tonight.
still playing baseball.
There's a couple of players that are graduating. They have to.
PI is not represented because they're going through graduation as we speak.
Right. But other than that, Coach, there's a pool of talent here, the best of the best here, all from across the valley here. Just to give our audience a little history here, the East leads the series 9-7, and there's been 3 ties.
And kicking off for the East squad, it looks like number 6, Christian Chavez from Progreso. And we're playing all-star football from Bobby Lackey Stadium, deep in the end zone. But number 15 is bringing that ball out. I believe that's Seth Carter from Sherryland. And he gets to about the 11, and nice tackle by number 35. I believe that's the young man from Porter. I apologize. there are multiple number 35s, multiple number 1s. So if Mike and I make a mistake, we make it with love. We're going to try to recognize everyone we can recognize. And once again, we are brought to you on K-West, and we'd like to thank WISD, their school board, Dr. Leo, interim superintendent, for making all this possible. And can you tell who's the quarterback, Mike? Number 15? Number 15 is probably Fabian Pedraza from Vela. Yeah, that looks right. And he's handing off to Monty Bowen from the Donna Redskins. The tackles by number 55. I'm going to guess that is La Feria's Ryan Puente. But again, I'm not positive. We have a report from Weslaco softball in Corpus Christi. Val Zamora and Terry Beitler coming to you. 3-3 tie in game 3. Weslaco, Corpus Christi Carroll. We'll give you a report when that game's completed. Mike, that's number 15 again. That's Fabian Pedraza on the carry.
Pedraza was a member of that Edinburgh Vela team, coach, that went 3 deep, that were unbeaten during the regular season, went to the 3rd round and almost pulled off an upset there in the 3rd round of the playoffs.
Right, 2 or 3 of his teammates are not here tonight because they are still involved in the baseball playoffs. I think it's kind of unusual that your quarterback does not play baseball, but that's obviously the case. And there's Monty Bowen hitting the backfield. First hit back there, it looked like number 6. Number 6 could be Randy Cantu from La Feria, and finally corralled by a bunch of others. And they're going to call that a first down, Mike.
Oh, Bowen there had to fight off about 3 defenders there. They had him in the backfield there, but was willing to, was able to escape there and cross the 20 into the 22 for the first down of the game.
So here we go, 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. Handoff again to Monty Bowen. And he fights ahead for about 3, 4, maybe even 5 yards, Mike. You know, Monty went through some injuries in his career, played some quarterback in his career. I know the coaching staff at Donna is going to really miss this young man.
Well, this young man, Coach, was a member of the Donna Redskins since his sophomore year. His junior year is where he suffered that ankle injury, I think knee or ankle injury, where he missed most of the season. It was during a scrimmage, but was able to bounce back and have a successful senior year, contributed to that district championship team of the Donna Redskins.
Well, I know he lost some weight this past offseason. He came back a little thinner. That ball was attempted. Is that number 20? Down the sideline, wide receiver also from Vela, Michael Arguelles. So that's a Vela connection that did not connect. Good pass protection by the offensive line. Coverage by number 4 there. And I believe that's Noe Rodriguez III from Ed Couch-Elsa on the coverage.
I know Pedraza had an outstanding year, Coach, his senior year for Vela. He was transferred back to Edinburgh Vela from McAllen Memorial.
And that ball is going to be intercepted by number 5. I believe that's Mario Valdez Jr. from San Benito. And I think I see a purple helmet underneath all that in the SB. Let's see if we can pick up a number there, Mike. But that's going to come in the offense from the East squad could feature at times Weslaco's Jonathan Martinez. Wesco East is Emilio Temez. Wesco East Cito Rojas. And playing in the offensive line, you could have Josh Zavala and John Banda, WISD product.
Yeah, that right there, Coach, was just mano-a-mano, man-to-man coverage. And that San Benito defender from the East All-Star did a great job in the coverage and got that interception.
And the quarterback's number 3. And I'm going to guess that's Leferia's Galpin at quarterback. That ball's caught by number 9 from Harlingen, Michael Allen. Good pass protection, 3-man rush by the West squad down the middle of the field. Looks like Cito Rojas is lined up at the slot in the top. Handoff. Keeper by Galpin. He faked that ball to Jonathan Martinez, I believe, and kept the ball up inside. Mike, didn't you say their coaches said they were going to go no huddle as much as possible?
That's right, Coach. When I talked to Coach Salinas before the game, I asked him what kind of offense they're going to run. He says, we're going to spread the ball out and we're going to run no huddle. He says they've been working on it for 3 weeks. He felt like his team was able to grasp it, last few weeks.
And that pass, nice hit by number 42. That 42, I believe, is Mark Garcia from Mission on the play. The pass was intended to number 25, Alec Garza from Harlingen South.
At that time, the West squad came on a blitz, but the East squad did a great job picking it up.
Russ Gonzalez, I believe, is the running back number 2. And yes, that's Gonzalez on the carry. Not much room. Number 6 from the West squad. I'm going to bet that is Johnny Davila from Vela, but again, at times we're going to be guessing, guys, when there are 3 number 3s and 2 number 4s.
And it's 4th down, Coach, and already we have the first 4th down that team's going for it here.
Hitch to Cito Rojas, but they're going to give it to him. That pass is caught by Cito. But you know what? When you're on a hitch that quickly, I got to imagine that they have hitch and go in their system. That tackle made by number 20. Ruben Daniel Gutierrez, I believe, from McAllen is on that tackle.
Moving the chains, Coach, that was good enough for a 1st down. It was a nice tackle, but however, the East squad got the 1st down.
A more power formation. I believe that's Jonathan Martinez on the carry. And that is Jonathan from Wesco High School. One of that stable of backs out of that slot T that Coach Tony runs at Wesco High.
738 yards, Coach, during the season with 23 touchdowns. Great all-district selection. They're one of the featured backs under Tony V's slot T offense, Coach.
And here comes, it's nice when you're coaching this team and you can put your own quarterback in the game because nobody understands the game. Wow, that could be a flag, and it is. That's going to be a flag on the West squad's number 14, I believe. From Juarez Lincoln, Robert Gonzalez. That's going to be another 1st down, Mike.
Galpin there just kind of laid it up there for like a little Hail Mary there, a little jump ball there, but the defender.
Defensive pass interference on the defense, number 14. A 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
Well, the way I understand it, Mike, there's going to be one set of officials that officiate the 1st half, and another group will come out and officiate the 2nd half. This is an all-star game for those guys, too.
Right.
And, they get to perform, I believe. They donate their time to be in this game, but, of course, they get a little present for being here. There's a ball handed off to number 2, and that's La Feria's Russ Gonzalez. So you have a La Feria backfield. These young men work together every day for 3 or 4 years, I'm sure, on when to read and when to pull and all that stuff. And they didn't fool the West squad.
Right. We also have a flag down, Coach, so it looks like it's coming back.
Oh, yeah, probably a hold.
Probably a hold, correct.
Holding on the offense, number 9. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, 1st down.
That's something you don't see, Mike, a whole bunch in an all-star game. His holding calls. Those officials do not want to be part of this game or change this game. You want to protect the players. You want to make sure that the playing field is legit. But, you're not going to see a whole bunch of penalties. Ball's out here to number 25, the wide receiver from La Feria, Isaac Martinez. So you have La Feria coaching the team, La Feria playing quarterback, La Feria in at running back, and La Feria throwing out here to their own receiver. I believe that's who that is. Is it Garza? I'm not sure. And there's quarterback, keeps the ball. Jumps inside the block. He's down to about the 11, Mike. And it looks like we're going to have another first down. The East is in scoring territory. This has been a nice little drive. Jonathan Martinez faked the ball up in there hard. And here comes number 3 on the run. First down.
First down, Coach. Where are they marking it? At the 12-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, about the 12, Mike.
So that was a 12-yard run there.
Once again, this game coming to you by way of K-West and live on 956sports.com. We have Jay Berry in the house. Nice throw intended for number 4. Actually, could be any one of a number of number 4s that are listed as wide receivers. It could either be Brandon Gutierrez from Mercedes or Lapire from St. Joe's or Medrano from San Benito, and I'm not sure which one of the 3. We had time to get all 3 of them mentioned.
Well, Galpin there, Coach, threw it at a spot where only his receiver was able to catch it, but it was just off his fingertips there in the corner of the end zone.
And here's the ball up inside to number 2. And no gain, Mike. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 12. You know, here for K-West, we have Julian Olivares directing and running the graphics tonight. Joe Leal doing the audio and running the camera. Mario Palacios on replay. Don Ramirez on the camera. Gabriel Cruz on the camera. And, of course, Val Zamora and Terry Beidler in Corpus Christi doing the Corpus Christi Carroll Westlaco Panther softball game as we speak. Last reported a 3-3 tie in the 3rd and deciding game. That ball up the seam to number 25, tipped away. And let's see if they think about a field goal. Nice ball fake. But the ball is tipped there at the linebacker level. I wasn't able to really see what it was.
Galpin was looking for Garza there in the end zone, but as you mentioned, Coach, the ball was tipped. Otherwise, that might have been a touchdown right there. It looked like the ball was thrown right on target.
It looks like the holder is going to be Andrew Segura from Ed Chelsea. The kicker is going to be from Progreso, Christian Chavez. Ball's going down at the 21. That's the 31-yard field goal. It's up. And it's good. So with 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first period from the All-Star game, 3-0 East. We'll be right back.
Does the field...
Oh, okay. Okay, let's took just a quick break. So how many play drive, Mike, did we just see?
I was just going through my notes, Coach. I'm doing my best here to do some play-by-play
but
here.
12
keep
plays?
Stats, but I got that as a 12-play drive, and they reached the 12-yard line. The drive began at their own 29. They were able to convert a 4th down and 6 from their own 48, and they also had a 10-yard penalty that also helped them, or a penalty that also helped them. But, yeah, they were able to score some points there. They reached the 12-yard line. So we got the first points of the game here.
So kicking off for the East once again is the young man who just made that field goal, number 6, Christian Chavez. And I know one of the young men back to receive is Seth Carter from Sherryland, number 15. I'm not able right now to pick up a number of the other return guy. If he gets the ball, we'll find out who it is.
Yeah, he's on the far side, so it's a little hard to tell his number there. Looks like it's
once again, deep in the end zone, and he's going to down it this time. It'll be West Ball on the 25-yard line. This game is coming to you live on 956 Sports. It's a K-West production, and K-West is brought to you by WISD. You're at the Showcase Stadium of the Valley, and you are watching the Showcase broadcast. No one does it better than K-West.
If you notice, Coach, the West squad also is coming off a spread. like the East squad. You know, if you know the Roma coaching staff,
Roma's a run and gun.
They like to pound the ball on you.
Yes. So Monty Bowen, and there's a fumble in the backfield, recovered by number 15, Seth Carter. Not Seth Carter, Fabian Pedraza in the backfield.
Yeah, that time he kept the ball there, trying to. They faked it to Bowen, and then Pedraza was going to keep it on the keeper, but the East squad read it perfectly.
Well, there was a defender back there, Mike, for the East squad that he didn't really know whether to make the tackle or to jump on the ball. So it's going to be second about 13. Now, next football season is going to be very interesting because we had a redistricting. That ball's thrown to the outside, caught by number 12. Number 12 looks like Hector Bosquez from Nicky Rowe.
On the catch, number 12, Hector Bosquez.
They're marking it at the 28, I think.
Tackle by number 1, I believe that's Rio Hondo's Daniel Flores. The East squad has 4 number 1s. One's a quarterback, one is Cito Rojas, one is Samuel Uribe, and one is Daniel Flores, and I believe that was Daniel Flores. Back to pass again, out of the pocket. Pressure put on by number 90, but a great job of coming back for the ball. And I believe that's Bosquez again, Mike.
Yeah, Pedraza there just threw it at a spot, and Bosquez there was able to make the reception.
Watch this pressure coming out of number 15 in his face, number 90 from behind. Across the field. And that's a first down, Mike, at about the 42-yard line.
That was a 14-yard play there.
You know, there's been some years in these All-Star games where, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago it was 0-0.
I was at that game, Coach. I was in 2013.
Okay.
It was a defensive battle, and it was 0-0.
And already we have 3 points, and now we have a team on the drive. There's Monty Bowen up inside. That's the best run of the ball game, about 9 yards for Monty Bowen.
Bowen there with an outstanding job, finding the holes there and breaking some tackles, accepting the hits there. Look at that, getting 2, 3, 4 hits, taking the punishment, but helping his team out, almost a first down.
Well, you know,
9.5-yard gain.
He's running behind some familiar people. There's like 4 offensive linemen on the roster from Donna.
There's about 4 of them, correct, Coach? Part of that district championship team.
Ball swing out here again to Bosquez. He breaks a couple of tackles, but he's out of bounds. I believe he's still going to take a loss, Mike. It was 2nd and 1.
Second
and it's going to be in 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, that was like 2nd in inches, really. And, yeah, they went backwards now. They're going to spot the ball.
Great job defensively by number 28 there. That's Mauricio Aguilar from Pace, I believe.
Yeah, that was
28 on the roster.
That was a 4-yard loss there. So now they go from 2nd and inches to 3rd and about 5.
And there's some personnel changing the field. They've put some tight end looking people in, and the West squad's going to take a quick timeout. Once again, this is the
timeout
20th, Mike?
The 20th, Coach.
The 20th Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association All-Star Game. I know the UIL, and there was some other things involved that you weren't seeing the local All-Star games. You were seeing the state-sponsored All-Star game, and you were seeing a couple of Texas versus Oklahoma type All-Star games. But now there are All-Star games all over the state of Texas.
Regionally,
like this, yes.
Regionally,
yes.
Right. And then
I think it's great. You know, some of these young men will never, ever put on another set of pads. Some of these young men will get discovered in this game. I know I got the ability and the opportunity to coach in this game in 2010. And we have 8 or 9 kids that year that went on and played some small-time college football.
Right, Coach. This is the last opportunity for some of these players to showcase their talents to perhaps some scouts that may be here tonight in the game.
Well, it gives them one last film also.
Yeah, and a lot of these players, Coach, they sacrifice their prom. They sacrifice, personal things just to put on the jersey one last time.
One last time.
So it's a great feeling. All these years covering the game and doing interviews and stories, that was one of the things that the players would tell me.
3rd and about 5. Monty Bowen up inside. I believe that's Monty Bowen.
That's a different number 4,
No,
Coach.
that's number 4, maybe from Economides.
Yeah, he's wearing the Economides
Okay,
colors
so
there.
that's Jesse Gonzalez, running back from Economides. It's going to be 4th down. Let's see if the return man, the Valley MVP, and he is Wesco East #1, Cito Rojas, is going back to return this punt with number 9. I believe that number 9 is going to be Michael Allen from Harlingen back there with him. So you have 2 very dangerous return men to punt for the West Squad. Mike, can you get a number there? 44?
It looks like 44 from Rio Grande City there.
And
Only
that
because
would
I see
be
the R.
Kevin Garcia from Rio Grande City. No one is listed as a punter, but that ball is going to be hard to return, and it's not going to be returned. It's going to roll dead. Gosh, maybe inside the 5, about the 4-yard line. So let's see how that works for you. Playing in an all-star game, having to come off your own goal line. And are they going to keep the same quarterback? It does appear that number 3 is headed back into the ball game.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of switches throughout the game, rotations. And
Yeah, you know, sometimes they go series. Sometimes in an all-star game, they'll go per quarter. I know they're going to try to ride their own guy as long as they can, because he's going to understand what they're doing. They just huddled Mike right there. So they're not in their true spread stuff, I'm guessing. And I'm right. They have 1 tight end in. They have a tight end, 2 wide receivers to the offensive right. And the ball's handed up.
Looks like number 11 there with the carry.
And they gained a couple of yards. Running back is number 11, could be Mac Pettis from Rgvca. That appears to be a Cardinal on that helmet, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a Rgvca Cardinal helmet.
So he's an ex-teammate of old Wesco East running back,
Lupe
Moron.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Coach, year in and year out, Rgvca does produce some fine players there in that small school.
And he handed that back off, and we're going to be up about the 9-yard line. And again, that's from Rgvca, Mac Pettis. Big, strong young man, playing against some 6A boys and holding his own right now. We're down to 55 seconds in the first quarter, Mike. The E squad is on the move. It's 3rd and about 4. Let's see what the coaches dial up here on 3rd and 4. And there's the fake handoff, inside slant. The ball, it was caught and knocked away. Number 25, I believe that's La Feria's Alec Garza, has the ball for just a second. Number 3,
That's Mendoza.
John Mendoza from Edinburgh North knocks the ball away, and it's going to be 4th down, and they're coming to punt. Number 1, I'm just not sure which number 1 that is. Is that a Hanna helmet? If it is, it's Andres Lopez Jr. from Hanna back there to punt.
Well, let's give credit, Coach, to the defense there for, that 3rd down, batting the ball down.
Beautiful punt. And the young man catches the ball. Number 3 on the catch. Maybe Mission Veterans, Bobby Tovar, makes the catch and is down at the 50-yard line, Mike. And we're at 28 seconds to go in the first period.
Let's see here which quarterback comes in for the West squad.
It looks like number 2, maybe. And that would be Sherryland's Manny Campos. That's who it is. He did not put 1-4 sticker on his helmet. Number 4 on the carry, that's Economides' running back, Jesse Gonzalez. Look at the Sherryland helmet, Mike. No extra decals.
No, and look at Billman there with the block there.
Well, a block and a hold. He grabbed number 45, the back of his jersey, and said, come back here. Like I said, you're not going to see a whole bunch of flags in this game. So at the end of the first period, the E squad 3, the West squad 0. This is K-West at 956 Sports. John Boswell, Mike Gonzalez, the whole K-West crew, plus a couple helpers along the way. Hope you are enjoying a beautiful night here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Mike, it was real unusual couple of days for me. This time last night, I'm calling a softball game right across the field there. Game 1, Weslaco Lady Panthers and Carroll Lady Tigers. Exciting game. Ball thrown out to number 3. I believe that's Bobby Tovar from Mission Veterans. So Campos fakes that ball up inside, and that is Tovar.
Tovar was able to get open there and was delivered the ball and got a first down.
And Joey Navarro from St. Joseph makes the tackle.
Joey Navarro defensively. First down.
And we have a report from the softball game in Corpus Christi. Weslaco is leading 4-3 in the top of the 7th. And the next round would be uncharted territory. Quarterback fakes this one, Mike, and pulls the ball out. And actually fumbles, but regains his own. Good job by the East defense. It's 2nd and 9. You know, as a coach that was around Coach Habacker for a number of years, how far has that program come, Mike, to the years when they never won a game, won a game?
They never won a game.
And now they're a playoff team.
Back-to-back years.
2,000-yard rushers, and they're coaching the All-Star game.
Last year, they won their first ever playoff game. It was a big upset against Mercedes, who won the district title that year in 32 5A.
Quarterback got out of there. Number 44 runs him down. That's Joey Barra from Veterans Memorial. That's Brownsville Vets. But quarterback does not have what he wants, and he has to get out of trouble. There was defensive line pressure from number 60. I think that's Vincent Olivares from Santa Rosa. I'm not, again, positive on that because there's, I believe, 4 60s on the squad.
You know, going back to Roma, Coach, what I didn't know up until a few days ago when I interviewed Habacker is that for all these years, is that a free play? Might be a free play.
And that's a great play by number 11.
A lot of flags.
I believe that's Mondo Izaguirre from Los Fresnos. But it says like Tay on the back. Oh, okay, Tay Valdez from Ed Couch-Elsa. That's who that is playing defense right there.
Yeah, there might be a holding there on defense, but there was also offsides on the defense. I expect at least.
Yeah,
let's see what the
there's going to be that.
call.
But number 42 and number 11, great defense. 42 is Fabian Rodriguez from Los Fresnos. Let's get the call.
We have 2 penalties on the defense. We had offsides on the defense. That penalty is declined. We got holding on the defense, number 11. That penalty was accepted 10 yards from the previous spot.
And it's going to be a first down for the West team.
First down.
Driving north as we sit here in Weslaco.
So the ball should be parked at the 20. But the point I wanted to make, Coach, was talking to Coach Habacker. Roma has been open for a lot of years, Coach. I thought it was a school, I would say 20,
no, they played basketball
years.
for a long time without even having football as a sport.
Right. That's exactly what I was going to say. There was no football until the late 80s.
Right.
And you see, when they started playing football, I actually thought that's when the school opened.
Well, let me tell you, Mike, I was coaching in the Valley in the 80s, and when they put football in, they had a varsity squad, but that varsity squad was not good enough to play against a varsity squad. So they went around, I want to say they played Weslaco freshman or sophomore team. And as a varsity squad, Progresso had the same kind of thing going on. They played sub-varsity teams for a year or two until they got the program going. But, you know, like Wesco East's first win ever
was against Roma. We got number 33 with the carry there, Coach.
So they're giving us a call from Corpus again, 6-3 Weslaco. I believe still in the top of the 7th. Those young ladies have been fun to watch in the playoffs. A great group. Been an honor to broadcast and to interview them and be around them. And we're about a half an inning away from the next round of the playoffs.
Already a historical season for that program, Coach. They hadn't even advanced past the first round ever. And then for them to reach the regional semifinal and now 3 outs away.
Without a senior, Mike.
Without a senior and like 3 juniors or something like that is incredible.
There's a great pass and a great effort, but it's going to be holding again.
Yeah, either holding or illegal contact.
It's going to be holding on number 11. That number 11 is Los Fresnos' Mando Izaguirre. They gave him a double move, and he reached out and grabbed you. And I see a flag at about the 6, Mike.
Holding on the defense, number 11, the 10-yard penalty, first down.
And don't get upset because that number 11 is a different number 11 than the last holding. Now we're hoping to get a couple of people up here. I haven't seen Oscar Riojas. Like to thank him and all the administration from WISD. Again, Interim Superintendent Dr. Leo, the school board, Miss Yvette Morales, Dr. Raul Cantu, Mike Burgett, and Eddie Cerna, the ACs, the athletic director, Big O, Oscar Riojas, who received an award, Mike, of athletic director of the year or something. That's Monty Bowen up inside with the carry. He's good for about 4. It's going to be at about the 8-yard line. And they've dropped the stick, so
we're in goal line
territory.
territory.
Goal. Let's see what the defense for the East squad has in store. They're all looking at the little wristbands.
And keep in mind, Coach, these guys have only been together for, 3 weeks?
Look at number 54 in the backfield, Mike, right behind the left tackle. Let's see what kind of, he's just there to pass block, and we've got a one-on-one out here with number 7. Number 7 would be Eddie Luna from Robert Vela. The defense was there by number 5. I'm going to guess that San Benito's Mario Valdez Jr.
You see the replay there, Coach, of the ball, and the great defense there.
That's Valdez on the defense. So
Yeah,
we're
gotcha.
3rd and goal, Mike, from the 8-yard line. Monty Bowen's the next quarterback. This is one of those things where the coaching staffs I were involved with would have found a way maybe for him to run to the edge and then stop and throw it.
In this situation,
and in an all-star game, it would go huge.
Yeah, this is a good time to do it because you never know. He can. Well, we got a timeout here, I think, or a delay.
Delay
a game
on the offense, number 2. 5-yard penalty.
That's huge.
Repeat, 3rd down.
Now we're taking the ball back to about the 13-yard line, Mike.
So that changes the play,
3rd
I bet.
goal from the 13. Well, it might change the play, but it also changes your thought process. I mean, you're at the 8-yard line. You're going to say, okay, we got a chance to get in the end zone here, and we've got an automatic if we're thinking field goal. But we had the big guy in the backfield. Well, he just left the field, and they're going to be in danger of a delay again. We're inside 10 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4. There's the snap, and people were not ready, and that ball's out of bounds. Quarterback got pressure. It's like the offensive lineman didn't know when the snap count was, Mike, because they snapped the ball. The inside receiver did not move. Most of the offensive linemen did not move.
Yeah, I think that's a communication issue there. Is that right?
And here comes 4th down. It looks like a field goal, and that is that number 46, Leo Rios from Pioneer. The holder is number 8, Alexis Escota from Roma. Any special play, Mike, in an all-star game, a screen, a reverse, a double pass are huge because everybody's out there trying to make the big play. The kick is up, and it's good. So with 8:04 left in the first half, the score is now tied up. East 3, West 3.
That culminated a 10-play drive there, Coach. Started at the 50-yard line, converted, let's see. Well, they got a 10-yard penalty that helped them.
2 of them, didn't they?
Was it 2 of them? Yeah, you're right. It went from
2 different 11s.
3rd and 10, yeah. Yeah, 2 holding calls on the there. They were able to kick a field goal there to tie the game at 3 here early in the second quarter.
Mike, back deep for the East squad. The most dangerous return man, arguably maybe ever in the Rio Grande Valley, definitely in WISD. Cito Rojas is back, number 1. Also back there with him from Harlingen, number 9, Michael Allen. But Cito returned 4 kicks, is that correct?
4 kicks, Coach, for kickoffs for a touchdown. 542 yards.
That's amazing.
Of kickoff, which is amazing. Yeah, correct.
You know what's even more amazing?
What's that?
He's not real fast.
He just knows where to find the hole, huh?
And he goes hard, and he reads his blockers well, and he's very determined, and he's always in shape. But if you put him in a foot race with most of the guys out there on the field, he wouldn't win against very many of them.
That means he's football fast.
Right.
He's
in
football.
his pads, he's as fast as he is without.
Right.
And there's the kick. Over to Michael Allen, and Cito says, bring it out, Mike. And he brings it out, and he's met at about the 20, Mike. Michael Allen from Harlingen runs that ball out about the 20-yard line. The East will take over.
Yeah, that young man, Coach, is also just as dangerous as Rojas there. So the pair they have back there on the returns, are a threat.
You know, I know these guys are trying to make plays, and you're in this game, and you're a playmaker. But the way he was running away and had to catch that ball, I don't know if that was the best decision, because if he downs it, they get the ball at 25.
25, yeah.
Of course, you can't break it if you don't have the courage to bring it out. You know what I'm saying? So now at quarterback, number 1, Andres Lopez Jr. from Brownsville, Hanna. And he held it and held it and held it. And number 27, Danny Cuellar from Edinburgh, said you've held it long enough.
Yeah, that was a coverage sack, Coach.
Watch
I
this.
would say.
Paint, fake.
Look. Just ran out of time, eventually, the defense is going to get there, and that's what happened. So give credit to the coverage there on the West team.
So -5, Mike. That's 2nd and 15. Again, this is 956 Sports and K-West. John Boswell, Mike Gonzalez. East-West tied 3-3. That was supposed to go, I think, to the running back, and the quarterback didn't get the ball to him. And they take another loss. 3rd and about 17, Mike.
Yeah, that's the read option there. And
this quarterback did not play his whole career for this coaching staff.
Yeah, so he probably thought he saw something, didn't hand it off. But, yeah, it didn't work out for them and lost 2 more yards there.
Playing at left guard right now for the East squad, number 60, John Bonda from Wesco East. And at right tackle, number 76, Josh Zavala from Weslaco. And number 15 takes the handoff from the quarterback, running sideways, and loses 3 more, Mike. That's Alan Alfaro, I believe, from Rio Hondo. That is Alfaro. And that's Segura in at quarterback now from
Ed
Calchelsa. Andrew Segura. And now there is the punter. Number 1, young man who was playing quarterback earlier, Andres Lopez Jr. And he's going to have a good punt, Mike, just a punt for a first down.
Right, and the return man, I see number 15, Carter from Sharyland. I'm trying to get the young man from on the far side there.
They're going to have great field position. And that ball bounced back towards the East squad. And at the 35, 36-yard line, Mike, the West squad will take over.
Great field position, as you mentioned, Coach. So this is an opportunity for the West squad to take control here and make something happen.
Want to tell everyone to stay tuned at halftime. There will be awards and recognitions made. I believe maybe even a scholarship presentation. So stay tuned to halftime. This is K-West and 956 Sports coming to you from Bobby Lackey Stadium. The Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association East-West All-Star Game. Monty Bowen, I believe, again. Great defense right there. And that is number
That's a Monty Bowen.
2 playing defense there. Defensive end, Albert Magallanes from Rio Hondo. Great job, Monty Bowen getting a lot of carries. I know there are a lot of running backs on the East squad, and we've only seen a couple so far, but there's not quite as many listed on the West squad, and both of them were number 4.
Right. Yeah. We don't know if this is perhaps a disguise or something, but
Number
yeah.
11, Nicky Rose, Pedro Quiroz Jr. at quarterback now. That's number 11 there with the ball. Back to pass. In trouble. Gets away from trouble. And great run. Tackle by number 28. Mauricio Aguilar from Pace. Watch him get out of trouble here.
Yeah, great job there, escaping the pressure there. Look at that. He eluded about 3 or 4 defenders and made something out of nothing. But I think this is coming back, Coach. I saw a flag down.
Well, look at the knee brace on his right knee.
Against the defense, number 93. Hands to the face. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Wow.
So even better.
Defensive penalty. Even better.
Right.
The defensive penalty puts the ball on the 12-yard line, Mike, with 4:39 to go in the half. The East-West tied 3-3. West on the roll again. Pettis at quarterback made a great run. But number 93 hands to the face.
So that turned out to be a 27-yard play, going from the 39 to now the 12.
And here we go, first down. Monty Bowen up inside for no gain. Tackled by number 55. And that could either be Sammy Alanis or Ryan Puente. But great job. 55 flashed into the screen very quickly. Personnel changes by the West squad. Is this where they bring in the big guy and put him in the backfield? Are we in that field position? I don't know. But it's 2nd and 11, Mike. They can get a first down.
Yeah, they would need to reach the 2-yard line, 2 or 3, 2.5-yard line to get a first and goal.
Number 4 from Economides in at running back, Gonzalez. Back to pass. In trouble, takes off again. Number 11 on number 11. Defensive number 11, I believe, is Tay Valdez.
And I see a flag down, Coach.
And he lost his helmet, so he's going to have to lead the play for at least one play.
I see a flag down at about the 8-yard line. Let's see what the...
Let's listen.
After the play was over, personal foul on the offense, number 52. That's a 15-yard penalty. And third down.
Well, you hate saying that in the All-Star game. I know back in like 08 or 09, there was a pretty good fight in an All-Star game. And I know when we were coaching the game, we spoke to the young men every day about keeping your cool. It's an All-Star game. Everybody wants to win, but no one really cares who wins at the same time.
It's an exhibition game.
And there's no reason to go above and beyond and, to tarnish this last hurrah. Great pass.
Great catch.
By number 12, and that's a touchdown.
Oh, and another flag down.
Yeah, number 32 is going to receive a flag. But that touchdown is Bosquez, number 12. Hector Bosquez from Nicky Rowe, out of the hands of his quarterback, Pedro Quiroz Jr. These guys have seen each other their whole career. Nice catch.
Reaches for the goal line. That's a touchdown.
And his helmet, face mask, and everything. And that's going to be a touchdown. Let's see if there's a penalty.
After the play was over,
there is.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 32, ripping the helmet off of a player. He is disqualified. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So that's the last memory a young man would want in his athletic career, is I got voted in to play in the All-Star game, but I got ejected in the first half. I hope, that he realizes the error of his ways and he'll look back on it and grow from it, but that's not something. Once in a while, the ugly side of athletics raises its head, and a game that's being played this well, that's sad to see. That extra point was kicked by number 46, Leo Rios from Sugarland Pioneer. The West Squad, 10. The East Squad, 3. This is Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association All-Stars. Again, Nicky Rowe to Nicky Rowe, Mike.
Yeah, that culminated a 6-play drive for 36 yards, 27-yard touchdown there on that connection.
But highlighted by penalties.
Right, of course. But yeah, as you mentioned, Coach, that right there, the unsportsmanlike conduct, that's unfortunate that it happens, in an all-star game where the game doesn't really count. It doesn't really matter,
and that's the scary thing about coaching the all-star game, too, is like, if you're coaching your own players, you can discipline them when you go back to school. You can keep them, in detention or whatever. But when you're coaching a bunch of all-stars, this young man's going to go to school Monday, and there's probably going to be no consequences.
Well, yeah, because I'm assuming he's getting ready to graduate.
Well,
so
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, we hope that he's
but
getting ready to graduate.
You never know, though. Some kids get senioritis, and that second semester, they don't go to a whole bunch of school. I know they try to ask the coaches to only recommend young men that are doing the right thing. So kicking off from the near 45-yard line, let's see if they try an onside, Mike, or they try to squib it down there, or they just tell this guy to kick it through the goalpost. Let's see what the West Squad has decided to do. That's Leo Rios kicking off.
And it is good.
So from 55 yards, he's got enough leg. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 25 with 3:04 to go in the first half. Again, stay tuned. At 9:56 at halftime, there will be some recognitions, awards. I believe both coaching staffs and the umpires will be, and the referees will be recognized. On Max Hobacker's staff, you have Frank Villanueva, Robert Garza, David Hinojosa, Gerardo Canales, George Vela, George Guerra, Javi Tamez, Luis Ramirez, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Ricky Guerra, Omar Morales, Beto Escobar, Richard Wooten, Angel Garcia, Efren Ochoa, Esquito Gonzalez, trainers Ramiro Hinojosa, and Adrian Paulson.
And that was Emilio Thomas, Coach, with his first carry of the night from Wesco East.
Well, they got Galpin back in the game, and they got Emilio in there. And Emilio's up ahead for about 9 yards. The people of Wesco and people of District 31 6A got to witness that for the last couple of years. Now, Emilio's one of those guys that he's capable of carrying the ball 20 times, but he just took a loss on that one. So it's going to be 3rd and about 4, Mike. He didn't have a block at the point of attack and had to bounce that ball out. This doesn't exactly look like a Mike Brigette offense, so, there's some cuts there he's not used to making. Let's take a quick moment, though, and recognize the coaching staff from the E squad. Oscar Salinas, Dario Sanchez, Everardo Sanchez, John Martinez, Jaime Guerra, Eric Villagomez, Matt Molina, Vicente Vento. That ball caught, Mike?
I believe so, Coach, by number 25.
That's a good throw.
Teammate to teammate there. I think it was that LaFerrier receiver out there.
Yes, it is. They're running that little quick screen out there.
That's a first down.
Jaime Acuna, Ray Trevino, Angel Martinez, Tommy Villarreal, Rolly Gonzalez, Brian Garcia, Jacob Barajas, Robert Sauceda, Luciano Avila, Andy Torres, and Joe Martinez on video. Aaron Hernandez and Jenny Lee Garza, trainer and secretary for La Feria. That ball's run up inside by number 2. Russ Gonzalez from La Feria. Got a very heavy La Feria flavor to this game. Quarterback, receiver, running back, all currently on the field from La Feria.
Wow, we have a moment, Coach. I got the word from Jake Berry a short time ago that it is a final now. Wesco High advances to the Elite 8 with a 6-4 win in Game 3 of the regional semifinal game over Corpus Christi Carroll. So our congratulations go out to the Westlaco High softball program, winning 2 on the road.
Coach Rodriguez, Coach Johnson, all the girls, the complete staff, get your tickets. The Lady Panthers will play another round. I'm not sure who Edinburgh North lost to, but Edinburgh North lost today. So
Canyon, I believe.
Oh, that's right, New Braunfels Canyon.
New Braunfels Canyon.
If you look at a neutral site, you could be looking at Corpus.
And that's not too far, Coach. We're talking 2 hours.
2 hours each way, pretty much.
Right. So it would make sense.
So stay tuned. We'll let you know as soon as we know anything. That ball's outside, caught again by number 25. I'm not sure which 25 that is, Mike. Can you tell?
I want to say...
is that Harlingen 25 or is that LaFeria 25?
East All Stars.
I'm going to say it's LaFeria 25, Isaiah Martinez. But
well, as you mentioned, Coach, throughout the game, we're gonna be a little confused here.
Well, that's why I'm trying to. If I have to recognize multiple guys to make sure, everyone in this game deserves having their name called at least once.
Absolutely. We have a number of players here that are wearing the same numbers, but also that are wearing helmets with different decals on it, different teams representing. So, obviously the school they're representing would be the dominant color, but sometimes it's still a little hard to tell.
Well, it's pretty amazing to see like a Harlingen South kid with a cardinal on his helmet.
Yeah, or a San Benito color.
Yes. Yes, or a Hanna kid with a Rgvca,
You're right, Brownsville Pace or something like that.
Yeah, or a McAllen Memorial kid wearing a bulldog on one side of his helmet. It's nice to see them in a couple of weeks. They become a real team. Cito Rojas in the slot in the bottom here. And he was basically uncovered until right at that moment. Quarterback up and out of trouble. He's going to be close to a first down, Mike. Got to remember, in high school and college football, a first down stops the clock, allows the chains to move. We have 37 seconds to go in the half.
That was a 7-yard run there to get the first down.
And the clock is rolling. We are inside 30 seconds. And there goes the flag. I'm not sure why there's a flag. I think they're going to say that the East team huddled with 12, but they didn't huddle.
Illegal substitution on the offense, number 76. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Well, I'm not sure why you would do that. Why you would substitute a lineman. The clock will be running, and now they're really out of schedule. They're not sure what's going on. Holy cow. The head
that
official.
Was a whistle there. Now that the clock is going down.
The clock is rolling. Everybody's looking, and now there's going to have to be a timeout to the East squad. So for some reason, they switched out an offensive lineman. The lineman leaving the field left in slow motion, and they got a penalty for having 12 guys on the field. But you've got to be able to change personnel, Mike.
Well, sure. If you want to do that, though, maybe you want to call timeout. That'd be the smart thing to do from, from
because
calling a penalty.
We were at 40 seconds.
On the East, that's the second charge timeout of the first half.
And now there's 15 seconds to go in the half. Once again, there will be a bunch of things going on at halftime we want you to stay tuned to. Once again, the Rio Grande Valley, WSD, K-West, and 956 Sports like to congratulate the Westlaco Lady Panther softball team for beating the Lady Tigers from Corpus Christi Carroll 2-1 in their playoff series that just ended in Cabinets Field in Corpus Christi. Terry Beidler and Val Zamora on the camera and on the call, along with Carlos Robledo from 956 Sports. That ball is up in the air, but someone ran the wrong route. It's intercepted with 10 seconds to go in the half by number 20. I believe from McAllen, Ruben Daniel Gutierrez. Ball faked inside to Emilio Temez. Someone either read this wrong or ran the wrong route.
Yeah, I think obviously there was a miscommunication there between their quarterback and the receiver.
And with 10 seconds to go, actually 9 seconds to go, I would be surprised if the West did anything silly here. It wouldn't surprise me if they just ran a little run up in the side and be happy to go in 10-3 at half. But let's sit back and relax and see what happens. And he's going to run up in there and knee it. So
that's it.
The half's going to run out. So after one half of play in the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association All-Star game, it's halftime. The West leads 10-3 over the East. This is K-West and 956 Sports. Stay tuned for the halftime entertainment. We'll be back for the second half on K-West and 956.
At this time, we would like to introduce you the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Board of Directors for 2015-2016. 16 4A Director from Hidalgo, David Duty. 31 6A from Edinburgh, J.J. Leja. 31 5A, Craig Krill, Sherland. 32 5A, Edcal Chelsea, Christian Navarro. 36A, Bobby Flores, Nicky Rowe. 32 6A, Pablo Almaguer, Weslaco. The Vice President, Ralph De La Rosa, Harlingen South. Past President, Paul Reyes, Rio Grande City. President-elect, Abel Gonzalez Gruya. And the President, representing Robert Vela, Michael Salinas. We'd like to introduce the coaching staff for the East All-Stars. The athletic secretary is Jenny Lee Garza. Athletic trainer Aaron Henderson. Video Andy Torres and Joe Martinez. Robert Saucedo, Luciano Avila, Jacob Borjas, Brian Garcia, Rolly Gonzalez, Ray Treviño, Ángel Martínez, Tommy Villarreal, Matt Molina, Vincent Vento, Jaime Acuña, John Martínez, Jaime Guerra, Eric Villagomez, Dario Sánchez, Everardo Sánchez, the head coach, Oscar Salinas. For the West, trainers, Ramiro Hinojosa and Adrian Paulson. Efraín Ochoa, Ezequiel González, Beto Escobar, Richard Wooten, Ángel García, Emmanuel Rodríguez, Ricky Guerra, Omar Mireles, George Guerra, Javi Tamez, Luis Ramírez, David Hinojosa, Gerardo Canales, George Vela, special teams, Robert Garza, defensive coordinator, Frank Villanueva, the head coach, Max Haybecker. Coaches from Roma. The Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association at this time would like to recognize a very special person, well known in football. His career started back in 1954 when he graduated from Edinburgh, went to Pan American University, was the athletic coordinator at Harlingen. Then in 1969, went on to Sam Houston State University, where he got his master's. In the mid-70s, he also represented the Region 7 Texas High School Coaches Association Board of Directors, has been inducted into the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame, inducted into the Texas High School Coaches Association Hall of Honor, also the Texas High School Athletic Directors Hall of Honor. He's also been inducted into the Leo Najo Baseball Hall of Fame. I do believe that he does need an introduction. They say you don't. A special person well known in Valley football. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome as the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association honors Coach Richard R. Flores. And of course, we'd also like to mention another feather in Coach Flores' cap, very well deserved. The Board of Trustees in Edinburgh recently voted to rename the stadium in Edinburgh in honor of Coach Richard R. Flores. Let's give him a round of applause. We will also have the athletic trainer from Weslaco East, representing the trainers to make a presentation of scholarships.
Good evening, Rio Grande Valley football fans. On behalf of the Valley Athletic Trainers Association, we would like to thank the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association for allowing us to present the 2016 VADA Scholarship recipients. My name is Joanna Reese. I am the VADA Student Affairs Committee Chair and Wesco East High School Athletic Trainer. Also, on the Student Affairs Committee is Israel Montaño from Juarez Lincoln High School. Also is Stephanie Becker, Athletic Trainer at Donna High School. At this time, our association proudly recognizes 4 athletic training students who served on the sidelines every football Friday night and worked diligently in the sports arena, keeping all of our student athletes healed and on the field. Each recipient will receive a one-time award of a $1,000 scholarship to their choice of university. VADA's first scholarship recipient is VADA's Student Ambassador Heidi J. Villaseñor from Donna High School. She is receiving the Anita Garcia Memorial Scholarship. Joining Heidi is her family and athletic trainer sponsor Stephanie Becker. VADA's second scholarship recipient is Antoinette Tony Villanueva from Mission High School. She is receiving the Larry Lohr Memorial Scholarship. Alongside Tony is her cousin and athletic training sponsor, Lori Armendariz. VADA would like to acknowledge a big sponsor tonight. We're here, everything's better. Thank you, HEB. HEB sponsors 2 $1,000 scholarships. VADA HEB scholars include Andrea Trevino from Mercedes High School. She is joined by her parents and athletic trainer, Natalie Herrera. Also from Lopez High School is Stephanie Hernandez. She is beside her family and athletic trainer sponsors, Daniela Lozano and Jimmy Cantu. Thank you, HEB and HEB partners Audrey Trevino, AJ Cáceres, Yvette Renteria for joining us tonight. Again, thank you to HEB for continuous support of athletic training and helping further education in our community. Congratulations to the 2016 VADA Scholarship recipients and to their respective athletic training staff. If you would like to support the 2016 VADA Scholarship Fishing Tournament by participating or being a proud sponsor, visit our website at www.vadargv.org. Thank you, fans, and have a great night.
Forgot to drop it. See, that's how he gets away with it all. I was speaking directly.
Mic test, mic test.
We'll get ready to start the second half of this football game.
Okay, we're back at Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco. East-West All-Stars scored 10-3. Mike Gonzalez, give us a little recap of the first half.
All right, Coach. East drew first blood on a 31-yard field goal by Christian Chavez out of Progreso to give the East squad a 3-0 lead. Then in the second quarter, that's when the West squad made things happen. We had a 30-yard field goal by Sharyland Pioneers' Leo Rios to tie the game at 3-3. Then on the next drive, the West squad took a 10-3 lead on a 27-yard touchdown pass from McAllen Rose, Jonathan Perez, to his teammate Hector Bosquez. Is that how it is? Okay, that was a 27-yard touchdown pass for the only touchdown of the game for a 10-3 lead, and that's where we stand as we start the third quarter here.
Okay, Mike, the East squad won the toss and elected to defer. So once they kicked off in the first half, they selected to receive the ball. So once again, we have number 9, Michael Allen, and number 1, Cito Rojas, back returning the kickoff. And kicking off for the West team should be number 46, Leo Rios.
As you mentioned, Coach, probably two of the more dangerous returners there of the Valley in 2015. Representing the East squad there were the Rios and that young man from Harlingen. What was his name, Coach? Michael Allen, right?
Yes.
And so, yeah, we're talking two of the more dangerous returners of the season. So, yeah, this should be fun right here if the ball is kicked their way.
Well, let's see what kind of adjustments each team made during halftime of an all-star game. And that ball is going to get in and out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. East football at the 25-yard line. Let's see if we can catch who's at quarterback. Mike, is that number 4? That would be Rene Ortega from, I'm sorry, there's no number 4 quarterback listed. So it's not the quarterback. He's going to wide out.
I think that's number 2, Coach.
Looks like Galpin is back in at quarterback. And he is back there with his teammate, number 2, Russ Gonzalez. That snap surprised the quarterback. Ball thrown to the outside, complete to Pete P, number 82. That's Peter Pettis from Los Fresnos. It says Pete P on the back of his jersey. We're just discussing that at halftime. The All-Stars are allowed to buy their own jersey. Therefore, they get to pick their number and what it says on the back. So instead of Pettis on the back of his jersey, it says Pete P.
That was a 5-yard gain on that last play there.
Play up inside, kept by Galpin. That's Isaac Galpin, quarterback La Feria. Again, this is his coaching staff, his offense, his running back, even though it looks like they may have switched to Jonathan Martinez from Weslaco, number 25, currently in the game at running back.
We saw him with some playing in the first half there, now here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we've seen 3 or 4 back there. Emilio Tomaz and a couple others have been back there at running back. I believe I've only seen 2 running backs for the West team. And Jonathan up inside. Mike, that's going to be real close, maybe third, and was that third down?
It was third down and 3.
Well, it's going to be third and about half a yard. In an all-star game, do you go for it?
I say why not, but yeah, well, we're not the coaches.
Well, they're saying first down.
Okay.
Okay, the great spot, and they're asking the measure. So the head official was asking, is that a first down?
I had the line of scrimmage as the 25, obviously, on the touchback there, and the nose of it is right at the 35, so.
The chains have not moved, though, but they are going to move. Here we go. This is a little creative freedom by the officiating staff in the All-Star game. We've got kind of a power set for these teams. Ball faked to number 35, kept up inside by Galpin, but dances a little too much and is met by number 40.
Watch this, coach. Watch this, coach. They almost had him back here, and then 44, I think, looked like he had him back there, and he makes a nice move right there. Then spun around and finally got tackled there. But, yeah, through all that, he got about 2 yards.
You know, sometimes the shortest distance between two spots is not a wiggle, and he wiggled a little bit too much there. Ball thrown on the outside to Pete P. And he broke a tackle, Mike, and he's down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds by number 10, Pedro Quiroz Jr. from Hidalgo. But a great play by Pete Pettis, wide receiver, Los Fresnos. Watch the move here, Mike. Whoop, and he's gone up the sideline.
What's that stat that coaches like to talk about? The rack, run after the catch.
Yep, run after catch, run after contact for a running back.
Right. Turn from a 10-yard play to, I don't know, like a 30-yard play.
And number 2 up inside, Russ Gonzalez.
On the carry, number 2.
Let's see if we can catch one of the linemen who got a good block in here for him. Looks like number 52 there. That's either Bobby Melendez or Angel Soraya. And I believe both play offensive line, so it could be either one.
Oh,
you got movement up front. You know, that's stuff that just doesn't happen overnight. They were trying to get the ball to Brian Guerra there.
Start 76, offense. 5 yards, second down.
Well, we're not going to point out, as we don't do in the regular season, who the offside's on, and plus there's more than 176 listed on the roster. So instead of trying to guess who made the mistake, you had movement on the offensive line. And that's him right there, but we're not going to find his name.
I want to say that's the first false start of the night, Coach.
Well, like I said, you're not going to see a lot of flags. Sprint out to the right, the ball thrown, intercepted by number 8. That is Alexis Escota from Roma. Escoto, excuse me. Undercut Rgvca, the receiver from Rivera in Brownsville. And it's going to be West football. See if you can pick up a quarterback for me, Mike, for the West team. Does it appear to be number 15?
Might be number 4. Number 4, Coach, from Sherryland. I think we saw him in the first half. I don't know if it's Sherryland or somebody else.
Well, that's number 16 or 15.
Yeah, from the 4 is in the
that's
backfield.
15. That's Robert Velas, Fabian Pedraza.
Okay. I got a little confused there.
Right. And was run up inside by Jesse Gonzalez from Economides. And there's a good shot at the young man from Economides. Now, Mike, we've dealt with Mid-Valley, Wesco East, being in 31-6A for the last 2 years, following a couple of years in 5A. The new district is going to be a barn burner. Wesco East, Harlingen South, San Benito, Los Fresnos, Hanna, and Rivera, correct?
Correct. 4 of those teams, Coach, are district championships because there was a 3-way tie in 32-6A this past year.
Ball thrown complete to number 20. Number 20 is Michael Arguelles from Vela, so that's Vela to Vela, that completion. But you know, when the Weslacos went to the McAllen district, far McAllen district back in the 5A days, they called that the barn burner.
Right.
The meat grinder.
It just feels like our schools, wherever they end up,
is the meat grinder again.
Yeah, and I mean, in 2015, we had Harlingen, San Benito, and Wesco East that went to the 3rd round that are now going to be in the same district.
Right.
So
and Wesco beats Los Fresnos in the playoffs, and now that'll be a district game. That ball's complete on the outside again to Arguelles. Again, that's Sabercat to Sabercat. There's the quarterback he played his career with, I believe, number 15, Fabian Pedraza.
So as soon as they announced the new realignment in February, that was probably the first thing everybody started talking about.
You look at baseball, you look at track, you look at Wesco, who is making a great run right now in the softball playoffs. now we'll have a district game against Harlingen South, Harlingen, and San Benito. And San Benito, year in and year out, is one of the best teams in the state.
I've already talked to a few people about next year, about San Benito, who, as you mentioned, Coach, it feels like they're in the state tournament year in and year out. They've been there a few times, but are always in the Sweet 16
and
or Elite 8.
An interesting side, Mike, is the new head coach of San Benito softball is who?
The former assistant from Weslaco.
Yeah, Christy Leal.
Yeah.
Weslaco graduate 2007, I believe.
And we'll have all of our girls back next year here at Weslaco for the softball program, going up against San Benito for 2 huge district games next year, which should be a madhouse in both places.
Great pressure by the East defense on number 15, Fabian Pedraza, number 6, 55, and a number of other young men right there high-fiving, doing a great job putting the pressure on. Now, Mike, we were talking earlier about girls basketball.
Same thing. We have
what was a third-round game this year will be a district game twice next year.
Correct.
Harlingen Weslaco.
Correct. The state-ranked Harlingen team from this past year faced Weslaco in a huge regional quarterfinal game that I had the pleasure of attending and announcing with Terry Weidler, in which the Lady Panthers won to advance to the Sweet 16 for the 3rd time in 4 years.
But that'll be a home and away district game next year.
Right. So, yeah, that right there is going to be fun to watch. And then on the boys' side, Coach, we had the Panthers that played the Cardinals in the first round. So that right there is going to be fun to watch as well.
Game.
That's going to be a district
game. And
game.
Los Fresnos and East met in the first round, and that will be a district game.
Right.
So
a lot of history.
Amazing.
A lot of history.
So here we go into punt formation as the East team kind of pulled it together defensively right there. And they'll punt the ball away. Standing near the goal line, the return men, which is unusual to see. The return guys are usually on the 10. He moves forward and fair catches. That was number 9. Now, they have a flag there.
Might be interference, you think?
No, if there's a flag there, that's usually holding on the guy that's trying to keep the young man off the return man. We can see, but I'm going to bet it's holding on East. Let's see the official talk about it. And you'll see a new officiating staff on it. There we go, pushed in the back, I believe. And, of course, they wanted. That's half the distance to the goal.
That'd be the right call there.
Pushing the back on them.
What do you want to do?
We're going to move halfway back.
Right.
Block at the back. On the offense. Half the distance. First down.
There you go.
But,
there's the call by the new officiating crew for the second half.
Right. But going back to the realignment, Coach, Val Zamora and I are actually working on a production highlighting the new realignment for the Weslaco ISD schools, which we hope to have it out real soon, with highlighting all the sports, which would be, I think our viewers in the Weslaco area will enjoy.
Well, we're going to see some teams in district games like I haven't seen a football game at Los Fresnos in a number of years, and I'm guessing between the two schools we'll get to go there at least once. Now, we go to Brownsville usually once or twice a year, and we've been to Harlingen and San Benito. Looks like we have an injured player down. Number 49, Victor Martinez from Rio Grande City, is on the ground. That's the worst thing that can happen in an all-star game. 2010, when we were coaching the game, Albert Chavez multiple fractured his leg.
Coach,
right here on the near sideline.
I remember that. That was right in front of me, actually. I remember Albert was so much fun to watch. He was a quarterback for the Mercedes Tigers, and he was known to scramble.
Yeah, record setter.
Right. He, was a gunslinger as a quarterback, but he also loved to run, and he was a big-time playmaker. And it happened, if I'm not mistaken, Coach, it was early in the game, like in the middle of the first quarter.
But the sound,
took a run,
the guys on the sideline, I was in the press box on the headphones, but the sound on the field, they said, was just earth-shattering.
Right. It was a terrible injury there, but thankfully he was able to recover from that. That happened like just a few feet away from me. And they had to bring the ambulance out, and they took him to the hospital. And but thankfully he was able to recover from that.
So the East team will take over at about the 4-yard line, Mike. 1st and 10. And it looks like we have number 35 from Porter at running back, George Gutierrez, along with Galpin at quarterback still. And snaps back. He's throwing out of his end zone. He's scrambling, looking for someone. No one there. He crosses the 10, about the 11 or 12-yard line, Mike. So he's going to take it up. Well, they're going to give him a little more than that, maybe. No, it looks like.
See where they spotted here, about the 12. So
yeah,
that's an
it looks
8-yard
like
run.
the 12, about an 8-yard run. So 2nd and 2, not a bad field down in distance.
Well, they were able to get out of the shadows of the end zone there and have some breathing room to operate.
So this is John Boswell and Mike Gonzalez for K-West and 956 Sports. Give a shout out up in the press box to Jake Berry. That's Emilio Temez. Emilio's up to about the 14. That's going to be real close to a first down, Mike. Emilio's had maybe 2-3 carries today.
He led the Wildcats, the Wesco East Wildcats in 2015 with 1,525 yards and 18 touchdowns as a slot back.
That's an outstanding job by Emilio. He's just another in the line of great running backs coming out of the Wesco East program. You've got 2,000-yard rushers, Andrew Alvarado. You've got Bobby Gonzalez. You've got
Munguia, Aaron
Munguia. You've got
that was close.
Saul Cuellar. That ball was intended to number 25. Just been a great group of running backs. Lupe Marone, another 2,000-yard rusher a year ago. So he's just the next in line. And I hear the next one up is ready to go. So we'll see coming this fall.
Well, you and I know Coach Burgett very well, and he always has us, somebody next in line.
Well, let me tell you what. He's got the biggest quarterback probably in the history of the Valley that's going to be a junior.
Definitely of the school, and one of the bigger ones in the Valley, that's for sure.
Well, he's a legit 6'3", possibly 6'4", and he's at least 250, I would guess.
Yeah, he's
that ball
big
carried to the outside by Gutierrez from Porter. Got the little University of Wyoming cowboy on the side of their helmet. Through the years, they've had a lot of different decals. They've had the Dallas Cowboy.
For a lot of years, they had like the blue star.
Yes.
I think in the late 80s, early 90s, they had the blue star, kind of like the old Dallas Cowboy look from the early 60s.
And then they've got the Bronking horse now, which is what you'll find on the Wyoming Cowboy helmet.
Right.
And here's the sprint out. And he turns it up. He's up about the 23-yard line, Mike. And that's going to be close to another first down. Right now, Galpin's just feeling his way around. He's forcing the West team to cover the pass. And when he sees a hole, he's getting in it.
Well, he doesn't hesitate. He just, he sees something and he just takes off for it, and it's worked out for him.
Nice little straight arm there at the end. And it looks like it's going to be
about a yard shy and fourth down.
4th and 1. Now, I can guarantee you that they're bringing in a punt team. Unbelievable.
Well, I was thinking the same thing you were.
But with 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the third period. Now, I was going to say, it does not appear that they have enough players there, but they do now. Do they have to eat a timeout, Mike?
Well, let's see. I'm looking at the officials here, and they're kind of doing that signal.
Restart the play clock.
Yeah, to restart the play clock.
So they've got 20 seconds now to get this snap off. And here we go. Now, that is a quarterback that's punting, so that ball's up.
A fine punt.
It's over the head of number 15. He's going to run back and try to pick it up. Picked it up about the 22-yard line. And there's a flag back there. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 33. But, Mike, that's going to come back.
Yeah, that was an illegal block to the back there. But, the returner there lost about 20 yards.
That's a nice punt right there.
That's a beautiful, beautiful punt.
Got over the head of number 15, Seth Carter from Sherryland High School.
Bounced at
the
about
original Sherryland.
Bounced at about the 35. And Carter picked it up at the 20. then you see the illegal block there, and, you know, it's just
you see the coach over on the sideline helping him make the call. He's knocked out of bounds right there by number 82. That's Pete Pettis. No, I bet that's Jose Trevino from Monte Alto.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but that's a spot foul, correct? 10 yards from the spot?
Yeah, I believe so.
So they're going to
Let's see what the official has to say.
Right. If that's the case, then ball would be marked, what, around the 15 or somewhere around there?
Wait a minute. Is there 2 fouls? He pointed to the East team. Let's see what we got here. The players are trying to get a call. There's Mr. Flores, number 21. That's Brandon Flores from Harlingen. The big E on the back of his helmet.
So we might have offsetting penalties if there's one on the east and one
If
on the
it is,
west.
then the ball's just going to be right there where the play went out of bounds. And it appears that's what's going to happen right there. Okay, official, you're wearing a mic. Let's hear from you. He's running, making sure both coaches understand what's going on. Going to talk to Coach Habecker, and he's already talked to Coach Salinas. Max is a good man. Happy for the growth of that program. I know Coach Armando Cuellar and he were very close. Like I said, the first win in East history was in a driving rainstorm in Roma.
Wow.
And it was 6-0.
Wow.
And through the years, there have been times where we had to beat Roma to make the playoffs, and I think 2008, and then we had to have Ed Couch beat Mission Vets to get in, and all those things happened, and it's been a pleasure to watch Roma grow.
We had 2 fouls.
Here we go.
Here in the play. First foul, 26, black.
Okay. Let's see what the next one is.
Okay, well, one of the coaches
had-
has come out. Here we go.
Personal foul, number 26, participated in the play without his helmet. That penalty is enforced as a dead ball foul. Second penalty, block it back on the receiving team. 10 yards against the receiving team, 15 yards against the defense. First down.
Mike, I may be blind, and I know I am a little bit, but I don't see a number 26 on either team.
Well, if that's the case, then
He participated without a helmet and the wrong number on.
well, that's the scary part, is that it was without the helmet, which is pretty dangerous in football.
Well, yeah, but you know, there's a highlight. There's number 2 up on the carry. Looks like Manuel Campos from Sherryland in at quarterback. Jason Witten catching a ball and running down the field in a game a couple of years ago without a helmet. You see it happen, and you get that adrenaline going, and you forget that you need a helmet. Number 21, Flores from Harlingen on the tackle. And Mike, that's a first down.
That's an 11-yard gain there on the plate, but yeah, if you're without a helmet there, I'd say you're a tough guy.
Well, if you see how the West team is calling their plays, they've got 3 coaches with like placards that they're showing numbers, and great job in the backfield by number 35. That's got to be the linebacker from Raymondville, Derek Sines. There he is right there. That's a great job back there. He lets him go. Brought down by number 6, Cantu. That's Randy Cantu from La Feria. It's going to be second and about 14.
At that play, Coach, they also faked to Amante Bowen, but it didn't work out. And yeah, the defense did an outstanding job there of not falling for the fake, and was able to tackle the quarterback there.
So what I was referring to, when they make these play calls, that ball's thrown out to the flat to number 9, Salazar. That's Juan Salazar from Mission, it appears. But the coaching staff over there is holding like notebooks with numbers. They say like 6395. And all the players then look at their wristbands, I'm guessing, and find those numbers, and now everybody knows what the play is.
Yeah, that's 3 weeks right there of practice of practicing those plays there. And yeah, so by now they should, they're familiar with the system somewhat.
So that's 3rd and 12, and we're going to have a time. Oh, the quarter comes to an end, Mike. So after 3 complete periods here of all-star action, No score took place in the third period. The West leads 10-3. We're at Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, bringing broadcast to you by K-West and 956 Sports. This is Coach John Boswell alongside K-West reporter Mike Gonzalez. It is our pleasure to be here. Our director and our graphics operator tonight is Julian Olivares. Joe Leal is running audio and a camera. Mario Palacios is on replay. Don Ramirez is on a camera. Gabriel Cruz is on a camera. And Jake Berry's up there running things on the 956 side. Val Zamora and Terry Beidler on their way home from the big win by the Lady Panthers softball team. And that first play of the fourth period, a complete pass.
That was to number 3.
And I believe number 3 is John Mendez. But it could be Bobby Tovar. So, again, I don't know. But it looks like we may be
the line of
in
scrimmage.
the punt formation.
That was a 7-yard game. The line of scrimmage is the 42.
I'm trying to get the punter's number. This is the first time the West squad has punted 80, maybe from Palmview. Let's see if I can get the full number here. I did not get the full number. Punt back to number 4 for the East team. And Mike, he's got some room on the outside. That may be Dave Lapire from St. Joe's. It could be San Benito's Armando Madrano. It could be Mercedes' Brandon Gutierrez.
Well, I do see like a paw
there's
on the
two
side of the helmet.
The paw, and it's Mercedes's.
Yeah.
There were a number of 4s on the field, so your pick. And in at quarterback looks like number 1 from Brownsville, Hannah, Andres Lopez Jr.
The scoreboard has the 32 as a line of scrimmage, but I want to say that's 20.
The 23.
23 is what should be. Yeah, now they changed it.
And we've got 3 receivers up top. Pump fake, ball's in the air, threw into a crowd. They put 3 receivers to the right and then tried to isolate. I believe that's Harlingen South Alec Garza or Isaiah Martinez from La Feria. Let's see which one it is. Martinez from La Feria being isolated. Cito Rojas at the whiteout up top. No, it's not. That's a different number 1. That's Rivera's Samuel Orive. Handoff up inside. That's number 15, Mike. That's from Rio Hondo, Alan Alfaro with a nice carry. Is it enough for a first down?
No, they're spotting it at the 30, so that would be a 7-yard gain there.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 3.
There's a pretty big drive for East. They need a touchdown to tie and the extra point to tie the game here. We got 10.5 minutes there, a little less than 10.5 minutes.
And back to pass. Quarterback from Hannah. Got someone open. Orive broke into the clear. There were no help from the safety.
And that was attempted to Cito Riojas, is that correct?
No, that's number 1 from Rivera.
Okay.
Cito's wearing a different color shoe.
Okay.
And a little different body type than that.
I'll tell you what, if the ball was on the mark, yeah, there was nobody in front of him. He would have scored easily.
Alex Pettis from Lopez up at wideout, I believe. Oh, this is punt formation. Quarterback is the punter, and he shanked one, but it gets an East bounce. The ball's rolling down inside the 20 and dead at the 20-yard line, Mike. So East just couldn't convert with that try on offense, and that'll bring out the West offense with 10 minutes to go. I know if Coach Hawbaker had his way, he would get in double tight and power high and run this last 10 minutes out of here.
Yeah, get like about 3 or 4 first downs, chew the clock out, and maybe, score a field goal or a touchdown.
But he told you this is an all-star game. We've got stars to highlight And here he is with the young man that threw the touchdown, Jonathan Pettis from Nicky Rowe. And he throws the ball outside to number 15, Seth Carter from Sherryland.
A nice pass there, just simple little throw there to the flat there to Carter, was it, Coach?
Yes.
To Sherryland. So he got a healthy, 4 or 5 yards?
Yeah, it looks like about 5, Mike. Maybe 4.
Yeah, they're marking it at the 25, so it's about a 5-yard
So you see
catch.
it there, 04TR, were the letters held up by the West team coaches. So number 04 and TR means we're going to drop back and we're going to throw it over here. And quarterback's in trouble. Let me tell you, for a young man with a knee brace, he's running with reckless abandon. He's got a pretty heavy brace on his knee. He's back to pass. He doesn't see anything. There's something you don't see much, Mike. That football doesn't have any stripes on it.
Yeah, well, you don't see that. That's for sure.
Well, when the ball's flying through the air, the stripes help receivers and others see the ball. That ball must be old.
Yeah, they
no
probably,
stripes.
I don't know if maybe the game ball stayed behind or something, so they had to use another football, and here we got this
They
one.
ran over to Academy and picked one up. Is that what you're saying? And we got first down on about the 31-yard line. And the quarterback's running the ball up inside, met by a host of tacklers from the East team. And, it's kind of freaking me out, Mike. There's no stripes on that football.
And just by the looks of it, I wonder how they hold on to it. It looks pretty slippery, if you ask me. It looks like it feels a wet ball or something, like if it had rained or I don't know. It just looks like a ball that I wouldn't be able to grip.
Well, I was wondering, usually you see that stripe, like I said, it helps you kind of pick the ball up when it's in the air or on the snap. That ball has no stripe. And here we go for the snap here. Whoa, we got a screen up, and he bounces it outside. Incomplete.
And just like that, it's 3rd down and 7. So it's a big down for the East squad to hold. They could get the ball back and have an opportunity to go down the field and tie this game.
So we're looking over to the sideline, trying to get a call. That's number 11. That's Jonathan Pettis from Nicky Rowe High School. In the backfield with him, the young man from Economides, Jesse Gonzalez. And he's back to pass. He's got pressure off the corner. He gets out of trouble and throws it, intended for number 3 from PSJA, Alejandro Mancha. Incomplete, Mike. That's going to bring it 4th and 7. But there's a flag, they say, on the field. If the flag is on the offense, I would decline it, make them punt the ball.
72 on the offense. That penalty is declined.
There you go.
4th down.
So you've got number 4 back to return the punt. That would be, I believe, Brandon Gutierrez, and alongside him, Wesco East Cito Rojas. I don't believe Cito's had a ball in his hands today.
At that time, in the last play, Coach, East squad had 3 down linemen, and they had about three or four linebackers there, and they came on a blitz. One of them came on the blitz, but 42's on that flight of pressure.
Ooh, it's hard to pick up a blitz in an all-star game. Not something you do every day. Oh. They're going to fake the punt, and it's wide open. Number 8 down the sideline goes airborne. That's Alexis J. Escota. He's looking to pass and recognizes there's nobody outside. Young man from Roma is trying to get this win for his coaching staff. Alexis Escoto.
That was very, very gutsy, Coach. Your own territory there at the 30, what was it, the 34. You're on a 4th and 7.
Well, you're one, you're in an all-star game. 2, someone upstairs, Mike, is saying, last time we punted, they ran off with their white out. There was nobody outside.
Right. That was a 27-yard run by that young man on that fake punt.
And it appears we're going to have a possible timeout. I'm not sure what's going on here. They're sending in a ball with a stripe on it.
Oh, there it is. Maybe they found it. Who knows?
I don't know, but Coach Hobbaker went out there to get that ball out of there.
That's right, put this ball in.
And number 15 now in at quarterback. And he completes the ball to number 12. 15 is Fabian Pedraza. Number 12, I believe from Donna North, Richard Gomez. Or it could be number 12, Bosquez, but it's a black helmet. So I believe that's Donna North. It'll be interesting, Mike, to see how Donna North fares next year with our old buddy over there coaching, Coach Matthew Rakovich.
Yeah, Coach Rakovich there, given the opportunity there to lead the Donna North Chiefs there. They're growing as well.
Well, Coach Rock was on the ground floor in the growth of the East program. So he's been through that process. And he has a bunch of other old friends, Cesar Castillo, Adrian Gomez, amongst others.
Cesar Castillo coached at Monte Alto the last couple of years.
Also, Adrian Gomez.
Adrian Gomez was the offensive coordinator.
Artie Tanguma's on that staff.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, Artie that played for Rgvca.
Yes.
Big, tall, tough guy there.
Tight end, defensive end type guy. And he's got some other ex-players from the Donna days. Coach Rock was at Donna a couple of different times. That ball's thrown outside to number 15. That's the Sheridan receiver.
15-15, right?
Seth Carter, yeah, that's not something you'll ever say in a regular season, but that's exactly what happened. 15-15. He's out of bounds, I believe. We have 6:57 to go in the 20th annual East-West Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association All-Star Game, coming to you by way of K-West and 956 Sports.
Yeah, if I had to, add to Coach Rock, I would have to say that he's arguably the best offensive lineman coach that I've come across in all my years as a reporter, a sports reporter. That man was one that was very hands-on with his players, and what impressed me about him is the way he taught his kids. I mean, he was very emotional, very fierce, and he would literally show you, and he would demonstrate himself. I've
been hit in the chest by him many times, Mike. I promise.
Yeah, going to some of the practice, he would tell his players, "This is how you do it," and he would just dive in there, get himself dirty. He was like one of the guys. This is how you do it. He'll dive in there, get himself dirty. That's what football coaches do.
Well, I worked with Coach Rock about 10, 12 years at both Donna and Wesco East, and I worked as a quarterback coach at times, but I also was his assistant line coach for a number of years. And it's going to be timeout to the West team with 4th and 1 to go, with 6:09 to go. So there'll be some new blood around the valley. I know Harlingen South has got a new coach. I know Edinburgh High, I believe, has a new coach. Wait. We have an NFL player coaching a high school in the Rio Grande Valley.
Coy Detmer. Yeah.
Back to his alma mater, at Mission High School. Now, Coy's job is to teach someone to break all of his records.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, he was here in the 1990 and 91 seasons. He led the Eagles to the state semifinal.
His junior year.
In his junior year.
His senior year, I was a participant in his last high school game.
Right, when you're coaching in Corpus.
Corpus Christi Miller, 55-41 was the score of the game. We beat Mission. Coy Detmer led Mission at Kingsville, 55-41. So we beat an NFL player. That ball's thrown outside for a touchdown.
But there's a flag down.
For Fabian Pedraza. That's going to be pass interference on the defense. That's going to be a touchdown. But back on subject, the next week, the Corpus Christi Miller team lost to Priest Holmes.
University of Texas.
And the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, San Antonio Holmes, right? Marshall, okay. Yeah.
They also had Indy Kalu, who played for the Redskins, playing defense. So that
Pass
touchdown.
Defense. That penalty is declined.
We put the score on the wrong team. That's the West team that just scored the touchdown. The East team did not score.
So now it's a 2-possession game there with the 6 minutes left in the game.
So the score is now 16-3. The 9 points on the East squad. There we go. We're missing the First Lady a little bit tonight as she's in Puerto Rico, Mike.
Yeah, she's actually flying back as we speak.
So that extra point up and good by Leo Rios. So the quarterback from Vela back to throw.
West ahead 17-3.
One of the number 11s got their hands on Mr. Carter. That's Seth Carter from Sherryland. And that's a touchdown. Let's see if they take the penalty.
As we see
on
another
the kickoff.
as we see a second replay here.
There's
Pedraza
Fabian
back
Pedraza.
there, just threw the ball up there. And Carter, his first move was to the inside fake, and then went back out to the corner of the end zone. And the ball was thrown at a spot where only he was able to catch it. And despite the pass interference, he was able to come down with the ball.
So there you go, 15-15 again, Mike. And that takes the lead to 17-3 with 6 minutes to go in the game. And there's been almost no offense for the E squad after the first drive of the game.
Right. That
nothing consistent anyway.
Yeah, that last drive, Coach, was 61 yards on 6 plays. Convert off that 4th and 2 there for that touchdown.
So kicking off for the West team will be number 46, Leo Rios from Sherryland Pioneer.
46, Leo Rios.
A Diamondback.
Well, you know what, Coach? I forgot that fake punt was part of the reason why they were able to. So actually, that drive was more than 6 plays. Is that correct?
Yes. You go back and you even count the fake punt as part of that drive. That ball's in the end zone off of Cito. Is he going to pick it up anyway? He is, but he did not catch the ball. And the most dangerous return man in the Valley gets about a 12-yard return right there.
Yeah, he just wanted to make something happen there.
He did, but you got to catch the ball here. But he does a good job of picking it up and getting out of trouble. And the East will take over 1st and 10 on about the 14-yard line. Okay, we'll call it the 13. We have 5:52 to go. West leads 17-3. In an all-star setting, anything can happen. The 14 points in the last 5 minutes will be a chore with an all-star team. Back at quarterback, Galpin from La Feria. Reverse pass. And the ball falls between number 9, Michael Allen, and number 25, Isaiah Martinez. Incomplete. So they had a little trick up their sleeve, Mike, but they couldn't complete it.
Yeah, that play right there showed which direction the wind is blowing. When he threw the ball up there, it felt like forever, before it came down. But the East squad with a little trickery there, but the West squad just.
West squad can just play safe. Right now you could even give up a touchdown. And
what you want to do
trouble.
what you want to do is chew up the clock. So you give up the middle. Without a big time play,
pass
you can give up the middle.
To Dave LeBayer from St. Joseph's.
In talking to both coaches, it's an honor for them. They both told me it was an honor for them. It's their first time coaching this All-Star game, and it's extra work for them, being that they still have to.
You know what, though, Mike? It doesn't feel like extra work.
Well, right, yeah. What they do is they go to work and they fulfill their duties. But yeah, after. We have a safety here.
No, he's going to be caught about the 1 or 2 yard line.
For progress.
That's number 9 from Ed Couch Elsa, Andrew Segura, in at quarterback. And he doesn't have anywhere to throw the ball. And number 94, Edgar Rodriguez from Valley View. And number 6, one of the number 6s, I'm not sure which one, back there, making the play on the 1 yard line.
So it's 4th in eternity there. But
once again, they're going to have to really punt the ball well to get a first down on the punt here.
But Coach Salinas from the East squad, he told me, he goes, you know what, but it's all worth it. It's extra work that they've had to do on top of fulfilling their duties at their respective campus. But, he says, coaching these kids, we're talking the best talent that you inherit to coach this All-Star game. He goes, it's been an honor, and Coach Hadebecker, echoed the same thing, that it's an honor to be part of this. And I know you were a part of this 6 years ago.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and I'm 1-0, and I'll never lose one because I'm done.
Yeah, you're
But, yeah, it was a pleasure to coach Domingo Rincon and Dallas Zamora and some of those guys. It was just an honor. And to snap back to the punter. Not a bad punt out to the 45-yard line. The ball caught by number 3. He found some blockers, Mike. And he could go. He's inside the 20, and he's down finally inside the 15. Number 3, I believe, is Bobby Tovar from Mission Vets.
He pretty much caught it at the 50-yard line, so that's about a 38-yard return.
That is Tovar.
Look at these moves right here, and I mean, it looked like they had him early on. He just never gave up.
Well,
never
number
gave
8, Alexis Escoto did a great job of helping him along. The young man who faked the punt, and they're right back in scoring position with 4:19 to go in the game. And let's see who's at quarterback here. Is that number 2? That's Manuel Campos from Sherryland. And there's a flag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Miscommunication by the West Squad.
One extra player there.
Yeah, well, they thought we were in Canada, not South Texas.
12 men in the offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So they put in a power group, but the receivers thought they were in a spread group, so they had both groups on the field. Now watch them mess around and run 10.
It's happened before.
Oh, sure it has. And they're in a power unbalanced left. Tight end, 2 receivers, quarterback up inside the 15, down to about the 12. Is Manuel Campos from Sherryland.
Campos there on the read option, fake to the running back and took it up the middle for about 6 yards.
Let me tell you one thing I think Coach Hobbecker has done a really good job of is the running back and the quarterback from the same team is on the field. So Sherryland is represented right now in the backfield. That's Sergio Tornero along with Manuel Campos in the backfield. And he did that with the Vela guys a little bit. And he's done that with the row quarterback and the row receivers. So he did a nice job. That's Tornero from Sherryland up inside the 10. Mike, it's going to be, but I see a flag. They're going to call a holding. And that ball actually got loose, Mike, right there at the end. Did you see that?
Yeah, I sure did. But he was able to recover it there. So let's see what that penalty is and where they're going to spot the ball.
That's going to be a holding, I believe.
Holding, 78, offense. 10 yards, second down.
3:24 to go in this 20th All-Star football game. Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association sponsored event. Showcase the fine athletes in the Rio Grande Valley. Give those athletes one last hurrah here in front of their home. Those going off to play college ball will have to be out of this area because there's no college football team. The closest one would be UTSA. Of course, there's Incarnate Word and some of those other schools up there that do play. Number 7 on the catch.
Oh, nice.
Eddie Luna from Vela. Touchdown, West.
Eddie Luna there, once again, making a great reception there.
Sherryland's Manuel Campos outside to
and it's nothing special.
Eddie Luna. No, it's just a little quick screen, little bubble type deal.
And he did the rest.
Look at the lineman out front, number 68, Mike. That could be Vela's Orlando Guzman or La Jolla's Mark Perales, as there are 2 68s on the roster. But great effort by number 68. And that takes the score to 23-3 with 2:55 to go in the 4th period. The West has started to dominate.
Luna there, that was a 22-yard reception after that 10-yard penalty that backed them. It went from a 2nd and 4 to a 2nd and 14.
And the extra point is up and good by number 46, Leo Rios from Pioneer. So, Mike, an offensive explosion. No points scored by either team in the third period. But here in about the last 3 minutes, 14 points have been scored by the West team.
And it all started, Coach, if you go back, it's that fake punt.
That
fake
lit
punt.
the fire, that's for sure.
That got one team going, and the other team went the opposite direction there. After that, it's been all West ever since.
And let's see what they do on this kickoff.
We see another replay there. As we mentioned, nothing spectacular there. Just a
no, that's a
quick
play
pass
everybody
to the screen.
runs.
Yeah, and I mean, Luna just kind of did the rest there, utilizing his athletic ability there, and he got some blocks, as you mentioned. And
yeah, that was number 68, was from Vela. Again, that's Orlando Guzman.
And on the roster, Coach, Vela is the one that had the most representatives with 10.
Well, how far did they go in the playoffs, Mike?
Third round.
So
12-1.
So, rightfully so. And they actually have that many, but they're not all here. There's a couple that's still playing baseball.
Right.
I believe Elijah Reyna still playing baseball. And there was somebody else up in there, maybe Taylor Clough, maybe. Or Johnny Davila, one of those guys was not here. But rightfully so. So here we go with the kickoff. Cito Rojas with the return. There's 10, there's 15. And they ran him down at about this 17, 18-yard line, Mike. Looks like they're going to give him the 19. And with 2:46 to go, East is looking for some answers. And East is in dire need of some points.
Yeah. Coach, we could make a case that for the 2015-2016 school year, Westlake High girls would be the program of the year. On the boys' side, one can make the case Edinburgh Vela would be the boys' program of the year.
Area champs in track.
Right.
Whatever's going on right now in softball. Add basketball, third round, fourth round, somewhere in there?
Yeah, if we're talking about Westlake, right. they advanced to the Sweet 16.
Ortega back to pass. Ortega is out of Los Fresnos.
The golf teams, boys and girls, won district championships, so the girls, another award there. Right. Now the softball team is making their run.
Wouldn't be surprised if they did well in swimming.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
And tennis.
Yeah. For Edinburgh Vela, their football team went to 12-1, third round. Their boys team, Coach, if you remember, went to the state tournament.
In basketball.
And then their baseball team.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs.
Well,
let me tell you what, they're the youngest team maybe in the Valley. One of them. They're one of the most successful, and that is way off kilter. And once again, Brian Guerra coming across in motion. I believe maybe they were going to hand that ball off to him, but they cannot time things up with Brian Guerra.
Yeah,
and right now, the E squad is got no body language, and I think they may be wishing that the last 2:35 would run off this clock.
Yeah, I think you're right, Coach, in regards to Brian Guerra, because when they blew the whistle and they called the penalty, I kind of saw him slap his hands like, oh, man, he was getting ready to
well, he's in the
get that
slot
ball.
again. Here he comes again. Maybe we can get it timed up. Handoff Brian Guerra. That handoff has taken place in this stadium over the last 2 or 3 years a number of times. Nice carry by Brian Guerra. I believe the first time he's touched the ball tonight, Mike.
I want to say, yeah, you're correct about that, Coach. And if you notice, Coach, even though it was off a shotgun, it's kind of similar to their offense off the slot
They run some speed sweep out of the under center.
That sweep that everybody from Westlake is familiar with, where the back kind of comes down. This formation was very similar this time off of the spread, off of the receiver coming down. And Brian, with a healthy gain there for about 18, 20 yards.
Mike, I believe a year ago, Eric Gonzalez from Wesco was playing in this game, and I heard he has been accepted as a walk-on at the University of Texas. He went through spring ball with them and is going to be part of their squad as a walk-on.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
At the University of Texas with Charlie Strong and the boys.
Right, he's a very, very bright young man, Eric Gonzalez, and one of better backs that you know, Coach Tony Villar inherited here at Weslaco. You know, a lot of backs have come.
You know, I try not to do this, and Mr. Beitler does it once in a while, but I coached Eric's dad.
Oh, wow.
He was a running back here, number 28, also here at Wesco High School back in the
late 80s.
Yeah, not super late 80s, but yeah, back in the late 80s.
The Matt Thornton era, right?
Yeah, right around then. His name was Jerry Gonzalez, and it was nice to meet his son. He tells me one day, Coach, you knew my dad, and I was like, okay. You know, there are more than one Gonzalez running around this place. So,
like me?
Yeah, I didn't know if I was related. But the like you is there's more than one Mike Gonzalez running around.
Oh, yeah. There's like, at one time, there was about 5 or 6 in the same field. When I would go to the Weslaco East practices, you know, somebody would yell Mike or Gonzalez or Mike Gonzalez, and all of our
Well,
heads
you
would
can't
turn.
yell Mike at East. You got Mike Brown, Mike Burgett,
gosh.
and Mikey, and Mike Burgett. I mean, you can't say Mike over there. So here we go with 1:25 to go. It's 3rd and about 4, Mike. And they hand off again to Brian Guerra. And Brian's going to get a first down and just a shoestring away from breaking that one.
Well, let's see if the play holds up, Terry. There's a flag down.
Well, did the coaching staff wait too late? And Terry's in the car with Val coming back from Corpus. I'm not him.
Oh, that's one that caught you, Terry. Twice, okay.
And so here we go. Did the coaching staff wait too long for the Brian Guerra show?
Perhaps. Just perhaps.
He's got 2 first downs and 2 carries here in the 4th period.
And what I thought was a flag earlier, it must be the yellow shoes that one of the players are wearing back there that I see that I thought was a flag.
And that ball's thrown to the outside, also intended for Brian Guerra, incomplete. So we're inside a minute to go, Mike. What do you have to take from this game? Anything?
Just, you know, great time. You know, special night for all the seniors. It was great for the city of Weslaco to host this All-Star game again. Hopefully we'll have it again next year, you know, and I think having it here in Weslaco works out well for everybody involved here. You know, it's really the site, you know, that I think works out for the coaches, the fans.
Well, and you got K-West and the best in the business and on top of that. And I know a lot of these kids will be calling K-West looking for a copy of this game. The clock's running as the scrambles there, and it's going to be 3rd and about 5 with 28 seconds to go. The East team is not in any hurry right now, and play clock is inside 20. I know, Mike, it's been a pleasure this year to work with the K-West crew and to do some work with 956sports.com. Jay Berry and Carlos Robledo, they back. Last play of the ball game, outside of Brian Guerra. Brian reverses his field but does not get away. And that's the ball game, Mike. The West All-Stars 24, the East All-Stars 3 in the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association All-Star game from Bobby Lackey Stadium.
This is the 2nd straight year, Coach, that the West squad has captured a victory in this series. So now in the series history, it's now 9-8-3.
9-8-3. So on behalf of the entire K-West and 956 sports team, this is John Boswell and Mike Gonzalez. Once again, the final score, 2016 All-Star football game. The West 24, the East 3. This is K-West and 956. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.